Oh man, what is up, everybody? Welcome in to some more AGL. That's right, we're kicking the season off over on my channel. First one I think I'm picking up since, oh man, some point last time. Anyways, we come into it, we're gonna have Prey as they go to take on Team Chosen. Look at these rosters here. We've seen TC around quite a little bit here, but Prey, one of the focus points I'm gonna hit, they were an old console stack. That's right, yeah. From what I'm seeing, we got Nullify, we got Seahawk, we got Pam. All these dudes are some old school console gangsters I used to see back in the day who ran around, tore up some of the higher tier of console, and decimated everybody mid tier. But the only issue that they all had was the teams would implode after some time. If they're able to make a good stick of it and go good, bring that same mentality to PC minus the implosions, team is going to be deadly. Now over here on the end of Team Chosen, just again, last time I think I seen him, it was some really good gameplay. I'm hoping that we're able to maybe mix a little bit of that PC special in, throw these guys off just a bit, right? That should make things interesting. Either way, we are sitting here. Let's see if we can see some of the scores from last week. Yeah, we do have, or week one, it was Zenith versus Prey, and it was a 2-1 go game for Zenith. As Prey did pick up a map, it was on Lair, but I don't believe that is in our pool tonight. As tonight's map pool, honestly, should be a pretty stellar blowout game or set of games. Coming into it, we got Chalet, Consulate, and Fortress. Three maps that honestly play kind of hand in hand into one another. Gonna see a lot of similarities in gameplay between Chalet and Consulate. A lot of tight, narrow hallways that you gotta play through. And overall, it's a gunner's paradise for those heads-up fights. And we've seen Prey pull out big time in those. Fortress, it's going to feed that same style where you're not looking wide open rooms. It's going to be in your face, maybe a long haul here and there. But most of it is just going to be boom, 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 quick shots, hitting and seeing what you can go to. Hoping for some direct takes. However, Chalet does lean heavily on that cross-map push play style. Consulate, almost the same go-ahead style of you gotta clear the rest of the map to get to site. Now, Fortress, there's 1,001 ways to play it. Nobody has yet been able to really crack the code for this map. And I'm not calling that a bad thing, because it kind of breeds some evolution of style. We are waiting for a couple people to get into the lobby here, but let's see if we can find anybody else scores for last week. Chosen got 2-0'd by Outlast Academy team, I believe. Yeah, that would be their academy. On Nighthaven and Lair. And it looks like it wasn't really much of a too heavy of a fight on Lair. However, Nighthaven, they did take it all the way through into OT. Prey did 2-1 Azalea. And there's the screenshots now as Prey took a good, hard-hitting lead, 7-3. Where they kind of favored the defense because they cleaned out on attack. They won 3 in a row straight. So Chalet being up on board, especially, I think, first up for this series, I don't know what it was when they played Azalea, could lean into their favor a little bit. Let's see what Prey did now for their next map, which was Fortress, which is also in rotation for us. They got 7-1 on. Azalea just didn't give an inch on defenses, so we'll have to keep an eye on the Prey attacks throughout that map. Then last up, it was Clubhouse, and as you know, console stack, Clubhouse is their dreams, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't gotta think, you just gotta aim. Following up, let's see, we got Team Chosen versus Zenith, where first map, which was Fortress, Team Chosen, who I'm thinking may have the advantage come that map, took 7-4 over Zenith. They also 7-4 on Chalet, which could come into play here. This is going to be first map up. We've seen both these teams win this map for week 3. I had a feeling it might be a very, very close set. Now let's go see. I know the teams are getting in the lobby and trying to get ready. We're still waiting on a couple of players to actually be in here. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ban this bot from my chat because we don't like those here. And give a massive shout out to Biggie on PC. Thanks for the follow, man. We are still grinding away towards that goal of, you know, 1,000 by December. We're halfway through the year, so hopefully we're halfway up to that goal from where I was. Either way, I give a special shout out to all you guys. You guys are the reason I'm here, the reason I'm doing this, the reason we're having some fun right now. Wouldn't be here without the community. At the end of the day, you guys aren't here for me. You're here for some good Siege, and that is what matters. And we're still waiting to get lobbies set up. We have 9 in, waiting on number 10 from Team Chosen. But going over the roster back over here, we have Stingray, who's playing up for Prey. Man, this Prey team is pulling at my heartstrings. I'm sorry to say it, but they are. They're my old boys. I used to play like Destiny with these guys back in the day. These guys are some real OGs, and I'm happy to be here to cast this one. But massive props. Let's hope. We have Stingray, who can possibly IGL. We have Runner, who is, I believe, Seahawk, who could IGL. Pim, who can IGL. The only one I don't know is Kai, and I know Nullify, but I know he's more of just a gun out kind of guy. Team Chosen, I'm sorry to say, I just don't know you guys as well to give anybody the deep, full insights that I know about this team. I'm not pulling favorites, though, because I got a feeling, looking at this map pool, it can go either direction, and I got a feeling the teams are going to make sure that we see all 3 maps tonight. Whether they got to throw one to get there or not, all 3 is going to be really, really interesting. Either way, where is this last guy at? Let's see, how many do they have in BC? They got all 5 in BC. Okay, so we're just waiting on, I believe that was this guy to join? Yeah, I think we're waiting on one and only to join. But it looks like maybe a Moss issue, so we're going to be a couple minutes until these teams are readied up. Either way, big shout out to AGL. This league has been honestly up and coming for a couple of seasons, and right now I want to say we're probably at one of the peaks that we're going to hit. Yeah, this is one of the first seasons where they had, what, I think almost 40 teams sign up. Like, AGL is booming big this year, and I'm really, really happy for it. We have some great talent lined up to be behind the desk. Well, of course, I'm here, but y'all ain't here for me. We got Rudin. We have Bun, who has been grabbing a bunch of games. Master shout out. Go make sure you check her out whenever she goes live. Back to it. I don't think they have an actual leaderboard set up to go over. No, not yet. They might. I just probably don't have access to it. Yo, Rickshaw, if you're here watching, I need the scoreboard. So I know you're here watching. Either way, I think we're going to take maybe a brief little intermission while we wait for these guys to get in, and then we'll go straight to Chalet. I'm sorry for the delay, guys. I'm sorry. We're running a little bit late today, I think. Alrighty. Sorry about that little bit of an infinite delay, guys. We are having some issues. We are going to be starting map 1 as a 4v5. Team chosen are down a body, and we go into Chalet. Thank you, Milk and Mo, for the 2 follows while we were away. And Patches says, Team Chosen has been around for years. I know, I've seen them around forever. Team Chosen is like an old school team. They've been in the scene for quite a long time. He says, dating back to 2022. I believe it. Dude, these players, like I said, they've just been here, hanging out. The Return of the King, let's go, just got home. Hey, Eriksha, the King's always been here. Bans are coming in, though, as Prey will be starting on the defense. Mira is gone, and they do take away that Capitao. And I gotta say, it's a pretty even trade-off, the utility for utility exchange. Next set of bans coming in as Castle and Dokebi go. And in all reality, that Dokebi ban is just so hard to overcome for a lot of teams right now because of how strong she is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's teams who have definitely strap planned around her already, because there's no way you do, but she has just become such a vital role from every game we've seen. You know, put any ranked match on where she's on board, and she's an immediate tide changer for those teams. Her going off board first is a great ban out from the defending team. Oh, wait. Why did it say the Prey were defending? No, it's Chosen defending. It showed Prey, though, first. Huh. Either way, though, with Team Chosen now coming on the defense, we do see some Denari plays starting out low on man count for your defenses is a bit of an option. You know, it's not a good choice. Leaves very, very little tangibility for your defensive style. You guys have to just hit the shots and pray that everything works right. The attacking side, it frees up quite a lot of this map for you, because now they can't rely heavy on the roam presence. It's not going to stop them, though. We do see Loco playing up here of top fireplace, and Mez should be a main hold, as well as the extension over into library is, of course, always going to be there. How will Prey be able to stop them and push this team back? Pam going for window control early. We do have Kai down here setting up, and it looks like Nolly will be the one to make the push over for library first. He wants to be that entry guy. Playing in on Solid Snake. Let's see what he's up to now. These guys, again, long-term console players. Now, how long they were mouse on console? Well, we don't know. We don't want to say that they were, but there's a good possibility for a while some of these guys were. So the M&K is definitely in a lot of their back pockets. They've been PC for a while. They are playing down below with Seahawk down here, challenging it out. Rumor has it his name's Runner. And he's looking to play down in the hatch. We got Kai who's moving up now through basement. They are getting the live pings over. Stingray gonna rip that first kill onto Rage. And he's got Ban right there. What will your Denari do? Denari's stuck kind of into this closet. Now has people playing below him as well as the Damos trackers on him. Can't get out as Stingray finds 2. Now we're down to a 2v5. Knight holding close, holding on to this bathtub with everything he's got. Loco will find Stingray off big window. That frees up some rotation ability for this team. But at the end of the day, they are still down on lives in a big way. As Zombie now being being targeted out by those bees. A Zombie being tracked by Damos. Grenades are going in. Knight will lose the power position that he had of the bathtub. And now it is Loco in a 1v4 shutdown from Seahawk behind. And Prey will take the first round of this game in a very, very dominant fashion. But, I mean, who can blame them? They're starting up on lives early. It's not a takeaway, though. Team Chosen got to learn that adaptability. Let's just say this other guy went for a spawn peek, lost it, and they are down on entries heavily. Round 2, we will be seeing a bar game defense kicking off. Warden Smoke are on board. Of course, looking at this attacking team, we know they can swap, but the intel game is still going hard. With the IQ Grim Snake on board, they will lose the IQ over just, I guess, Runner's picking around doing what he wants. But Stingray gonna stay on that flank watch, and that's something that we watched him do for years on console, back with the old Void teams, back with the old F2 Revoked guys. He's always been that nomad, always been that kind of player that you just put on your back lines and have him play the long game. And usually it works out pretty well. Now the defense is putting an extension up. We do see some good angles being set up, at least for the start here. Some rotates around up into library, as well as hatch pop for an easy drop back as needed. They are leaving the other hatch closed though, because library control isn't always a guarantee for the defense. If an overwhelming attacking force is able to push through, it will go. But no, they do pop it. Okay, no, team chosen, you do you.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Leaving only one guy upstairs. It will be Raging Glory. Let's hope Rage is able to pull some easy kills out to start this. Now the attacking pressure already gonna start opening some windows. They just want these guys to know, hey, we're here. Don't forget we exist. And I do see some drones going basement. They will be sending Nullified down there to see who he can clear. And that is Solid Snake, though, prepping out for that trophy side. Nolly's already rushing up and over, taking control. Going to be coming up those basement steps, and they've got nobody to really watch that. However, Seahawk will go down. First pick to Loco. And that's the Solid Snake fried off the board. Starting to collapse in. He knows that there's one over there. Kai is playing it DMR in hand, but Loco wants to get the swing. DMR just reigns supreme. And that'll be a pickup now for the attacking team, putting them two bodies ahead. Or, sorry, a body ahead of our defenders. So, with it being into a 3v5, keeping Rage upstairs is a good idea. Ban is chilling back here. Barstock Knight closing up and pushing around to that 45 hole. Full top floor is already on its way under execute as Pam was rushing through bedroom, taking some control. But they've got to get rid of this warden, and really the flashbangs ain't going to do diddly squat for your team. Warden still has half wall. They need to get the Flores in place and in play early. Well, will come open. They do have Stingray, though, moving up. The new AR in hand, and that thing is an absolute terror for these defenders. Stingray takes a crossword angle onto him. Grenades going over, going to help clear out the shield and clear them all out. Forcing him down. Rage going to eat some damage. He will find that kill onto Nullify, though. He manages to slip away with 1 HP. Flores drone now forcing Rage into a corner to hide. And the execute is starting to collapse in. Stingray letting the traps go wild. Rage going for a reswing on these stairs. Low HP doesn't even bother him. He wants to force himself up to a kill. Pam from Prey, though, has that top mez control. Going to be going over for Fireplace. Stingray walking it down those main stairs. Little does he know, Rage was just below him. But now we see Rage, who made the rotate over. Going to be playing main stairs, giving up that little bit of blue control that they maintain. And as Pam drops in, Stingray will light up his traps. And Kai is the hot drop available. Flash is going over. Rage still just holding control. Ban is waiting for the drop. Sees the corner of sense. Or no, that was Kai. Kai gets that pick up. Now it is down to Rage into a 1v2 situation. Planner will go down. Pam did get some kills, but as he goes to shoot him, Stingray's right there to cover his boy. And a great round pickup there from Prey, just barely clutching it out. I thought for sure, the way that Warden was shooting, that would have went into Team Chosen's favor. That last-ditch effort there from Warden was a great one, just not enough to pull them through where they needed it. I'm seeing King Kai in the chat. And yo, we gotta give him his props. He's 2-0, still deathless, and putting some bodies up on the leaderboard.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So now coming up to the upstairs, they will be bringing out some heals. I like that from Loco. Bring out the T-Bird, get the heals set up as needed. Down on bodies, so you got to be able to outlive them somehow, and that's the way to do it. Honestly, shocked we don't have a dock, but a dock's a little bit more active, and you got to make sure your body stays up for it. Loco right now, put him on that. He's one of your only players with kills. Place the heals and go be a gunner somewhere. Now, with all this being set up and said, we do have Loco playing aggressive up in library with Knight from Team Chosen down here bottom fireplace looking for a spawn peak. On the prey side of things, the execute is already starting to look like it's going to be a hard hit for top floor. Claymores are being set up for the jump outs, and we got bodies rotating where they need to be. However, Knight gets out, gets a good one. Trapped in a little bit, but still slips almost up the stairs. Shut down by Stingray. Nullify will find Loco as well. Into a 2v4, and Ban is going to eat a lot of damage. Wall going to be opened up now right next to him. Pam doing great with that hard breach. The damage has been done though. Kai has no way back to safety. What will Ban do? He's trying to make a spray with that DMR. Instead, hits a Nomad trap. Stingray's in for a pick. And Pam will go down low to Rage. Now Rage is up to the 1v3. Hit is clutchable. He's got the AR in hand. Hits a wild pre-fire on the Stingray. But Seahawk is right there to hawk him down. Just waiting for the angle and slams the door in his face. And a little bit of a crouch spam as we see Prey now pull 3-0 up on Chosen. And if I was reading those stats correctly, which I gotta make sure I am. You know, I gotta make sure. I believe we seen last time Prey was here, they did insane. And a little bit of trash talk coming out of Stingray, which is wild, because that man never says anything. Look, man, just forfeit. Like I said, you never see it. Yeah. Chalet, when Prey played Outlast, they split them evenly the whole time, which that's not weird. But when we seen Prey play against Azalea on Chalet, it was a 7-3 with just attacks that were insane that just pushed them through. And this man says, here's Prey's logo. Yes, I have Prey's logo. It just doesn't appear because of that. So I can go change some colors real quick, guys. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. We now see the defense come downstairs. Back into bar games as Chosen are looking to pick up just a round at this point. Give them some little bit of life. Rage is the only one positive on the team, and he is just barely up over that. Meanwhile, other side, Prey has been just so domineering with every one of these rounds. Bodies staying up, and we see them break out a shield now. They're looking to maybe crush the spirit of Chosen early and put this game to rest. It is a best of 3 series, so we'd hate to see anybody forfeit it out. Just hopefully Chosen get their 5th guy in. It did come back to me. He was having a bit of a battle eye issue. Not sure what's going on there, but it is what it is. Angles being held from everywhere. Nullify is already down. Finds some damage over onto Loco. And Pam is going to start walking him down. However, Seahawk is there to get that cross angle. Take him down before any bad can happen. Downstairs, though, Knight playing, baiting, walking up, has the smoke, and he has the back angle, but Stingray is already up onto Rage, able to find that pick. And Knight's in behind. Suddenly now, we're to a 1v5. It's all onto Knight's shoulders, and Kaiba will go down. Fell off the roof. What a way to put yourself onto the scoreboard for downs. And a rush over. Knight will find one. Smoke going out over. Gonna slow down the push up his main hallway. But it doesn't matter. Blitz is there. Blitz will go down as well. Smoke grenade going out. Gonna hit Nullify. Find some damage. Able to get Kai with that pick. And just sprays over the head of Nullify. Knight was so close to making a clutch round out of that. It wasn't even close, but the drop shot. The drop shot got him from Nullify. I thought for sure Smoke had that kill. He had the jump on him. Nullify laid down. Just did not go the way that he planned. If he did, that would have been one heck of a clip for him. Either way, now we move up Prey just 4-0 so far on these attacks, making Chalet look like their map. I don't know if it's because it's a 4v5 or not. We don't know. If Chosen had the 5th, would it bring the same outcome? That's what sucks about it being a 4v5. Is there's so many gunfights that are going Prey's way that is it because Chosen is lacking that one extra body? They're losing some of that control pressure that they need? Or is Prey just gunning out that hard? Of course, all drones are now gone, I believe, from this attacking side. All but 2. And site is being set up. We do have Knight who's going to be playing for a run out angle here. Hits the impact and is going for it, waiting for the sound cue. And little does he know there's nobody there for him. Instead, it's a double spawn peak. That side of the map, nobody spawns. Instead, everybody is pushing over towards the main. Except for Nullify, who may just take a direct action into sight. We got Pam walking the shield forward, taking space very, very fast. Stingray gonna throw some coverage here. And Kai will go down, though. Raging Glory with the SMG-12 from Taut Mez, able to find one. Nullify those. Fry down. Ban, though. Rage will take Seahawk as well. But Planner is down. Pam eating some damage. Nullify will find Knight. And Rage going for the fight with the Blitz. He's just got to land a couple of shots here. They do have the Deimos coming over to help control. Nullify up to a 3K as he takes down Rage. Looking to make it 4 as he goes for the swing on Legion. Hits him once, hits him twice, not enough to take him down. And Pam will come up behind to get him. That was a fast execute from Prey. And almost flawless with it. They lost a lot of bodies, though, to that guy Taut Mez. It was a good stall point for him. He held well up there. That was Rage playing out of his mind so far. But Prey just able to walk in there and take some control. Right now, Chosen hanging on for dear life. And Prey is running away with it. Looking for match point. If they're able to take this, it will be a flawless half.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Let's see what Prey is able to do here. They keep playing like this, they'll have to change their name to Predator, not to Prey. And a huge shout out to Shallow for gifting the tier 1 sub over to Mo. Thank you for that little bit of help. It is much appreciated right now as bills are stacking higher than the eye can see. The cost of living is just insane in the world today. So I appreciate all you guys coming out, showing support, watching the videos, watching me stream, and the subs. I don't know any way to repay you guys. I know I'm not that good. I don't deserve those. You don't have to. Don't do it. But another spawn peek attempt from Knight, yet to be thwarted by nobody spawning for him. Everybody keeps going the other side of the map. And as this is an upstairs, or sorry, kitchen side defense, we're going to see the upstairs pressure unfold almost immediately. Stingray looking for what he can find. It looks like Team Chosen has moved themselves over just to some comfort ops. I mean, there's some rhyme or reason to it, don't get me wrong. But a lot of this looks like we just need to do what we can to stall some time and stay alive. Ban is being pushed up by Seahawk just a little bit. Seahawk does have some good map control. Track Stinger's out right to where Knight's at, but Knight's able to find the kill and gets away clean, evening life count up. And Seahawk will call him a moron for it. Ram above, though. Verticality is claimed by this attacking team. And Kai looking to take a gunfight here against Rage, laying a lot of damage. Loco is close, though, with the shotgun, wanting to go crazy. And they're baiting out these lion scans. Both of them stacked up. Stingray for the flank, able to find one. Nade out, finds two. Good double pick. And now it's down to a 2v4. Wall will come open. Ban from above. Nullify getting a kill, of course, and then Pam gonna slam him down for Prey to go strict 6 straight attacks without falter and a clean around it that. Prey are just looking so dominant throughout this game. I'm really hoping Chosen's able to get their 5th in for the next map. If not, start calling the E-subs. We need some competition for this game. Bands come out. It will be Deimos and Mira. Prey just hoping to put this map away early. I think they're getting rid of the intel operators. That way they can pull a good roam game out of it. And hear me out. Prey has that leverage now. Going up 6-0 on your attacks, so now you can get to defense. Means you can play the most roam heavy game that you want. Banning out the intel the way they are tells me that they don't care what they do. We see the Ella, the Jaeger. That already tells me a roaming squad is going to happen. Jaeger going to swap it over to Legion. Still keeps that same mentality. And Fenrir, yeah. So Aruni and Fenrir to hold down site. And they are looking like they may play more into a bunker style.
Attackers need to locate and
I
defuse
was
as
expecting
many
a
bombs
heavy
as they
roam
can.
presence. Knowing these guys, knowing how they used to play console, I'm surprised we don't have a 4-man roam with, like, Pam sitting on site. All that being said, they are setting up very well. Nullify did find only 1 death in their entire attacking side. Pam only taking 2. On the other side of the map, Bancal has yet to even pick a body up. He does have an assist, but that's not too much damage needed to get one of those.
10 seconds remaining.
Team Chosen are just not holding the bar up the way they need to.
Before insertion.
And Prey is slamming it down on them.
Attackers
With
must
this spawn
locate
coming
and
in,
defuse
though,
bombs.
let's see what this attacking team can do. Just treat it as you got spawn peaked. And with me saying that, we will see one as Stingray is able to rip Knight off the board to start things. I'm sorry I wasn't able to capture that on cams, guys. I was doing everything I could to jump to him. So suddenly, 3v5 situation. This is usually a late round debuff. No, instead, we're going to start it off before entry can even be made to the building. Ban looking to battle out Nullify down here a main hallway. At the 45, Nully's waiting. Here's the repel. And he's cut the balls to swing it. He's waiting for Bancal to make his move to the side. Bancal holds that pixel up, though. Knows Nullify is playing somewhere in there. And Nully going to run out. Eats a lot of damage, but still gets away with his head intact. Loco is holding up balcony, trying to make sure nobody can get across. Nullify will go down, lays some damage over to Rage. Rage going to go down to Stingray, though. And Stingray, of course, going to get the res up for Nullify. Up to a 2v5 situation. Bancal is going down, though. Back to holding this 45 whenever they go to rotate through it for safety. Stingray is right there, though. Stingray looking to find number 3 on this round. Phone call hits him, and he goes down to Cal. That's his first pick on the game. Cal making his way down through Fireplace. They do have that top meds control. Kai is holding it dearly. And I really do like this play of keeping a guy downstairs in dining room reinforced off to defend that up top. It makes sense. He's got a C4 in hand, and they do have the tuber out. Walls will come open for the side of the map, though. Over in Library, C4 ripped over towards Ban, but not able to hit him. Ban now playing bottom blue side, has a DMR in Seahawk's hands to deal with. Seahawk will find that down, get that pick, and now it's up to Loco. 1v4 situation. They are over aggressive and will overswing. Seahawk will go down for that. He still has that phone in hand, set up and ready to call over to Pam. There is some play below from Nullify. He opens up the floor. Loco trying to take this tap battle here against Kai. But a 1 tap out of Kai will close the game out. 7-0 for Prey. Ooh. 10-4 for Stingray on the night, and Stingray is going golden on this game. And it looks like they're all ready for map 2. Alrighty. So we will be resetting the lobby real quick. Just give us one moment, please, as we do have to try and get their last guy in. Prey is just begging these guys to forfeit. Chosen, get your 5th in. You can make a battle out of this still. A 7-0 is a tough thing to see, but it's still comeback worthy, right? Still doable in my opinion. But either way, it was definitely a bit of a tough map now. Next up will be Consulate. A map both these teams have some experience with in this league. We've seen them play it all the time. I just hope it doesn't play out in a 7-0 fashion again. We will, I think, be seeing Prey attack first yet again. That's how it looks so far. Their attacks last game were brutal. Their defenses are brutal. I want to see Team Chosen get that 5th in and have some fun with it. But till he gets here, guys, we will be right back. See ya in a minute. guys. It has been a bit of a one-way street when it comes to picks, comes to kills. Nullify only dying, I believe, what, once or twice? I know Stingray was once or twice. He was like 10 and 2 by the end of it. So we have seen Prey go absolutely nuts. All that being said, though, oh, we did just have a bit of a DC on the Team Chosen side. So hopefully he'll be able to get back in here so that they can bring their E-sub on to play. We do see that Prey is ready to roll. Chalet was just a banger. Consulate, though, a map that should be close between these two teams. It matches both play styles pretty well from what we've seen. And I'm ready to see how this one goes. Cheddar Goblin the Greater, what is up, my guy? I see you there, and I appreciate you stopping in. We do, however, have the stats. I didn't think we had them, but we do. For how the group has been going so far. Group A, which is a bit of a powerhouse division, has Cosmosis Esports sitting at the top, 6-2 map record, with Avengers right behind them, 4-0. Group B has Outlast the Cat at the top, 6-1, with Zenith right behind them, 5-3. Prey and Chosen down there at 3-4, right behind them. And these teams are ready to go, so we hit Consulate immediately, rolling this game in. So, great map choice, in my opinion. It is such a strong, hard map to play. Good play style around it, too. Don't get me wrong. But all these tight corridors make this attack a little bit of a challenge. All that being said, the attackers do tend to win kind of heavily from what we've seen on this map as of recent. There's just so many angles they're able to force themselves through and make big plays on. Ban phase is underway and Ying and Mira are gone. Milk didn't have to E-sub, thank God. Let's see what TC can do now. When they've got the full 5 in and enrolling, we got Merlin finally in lobby. Big Rude saying, what's up, for how you doing, Rod? Rude, my guy, how you been? Solid Stake and Tachalka coming off the board. Now, are Team Chosen memeing that pick? Or is that going into the philosophy that I've been preaching of Tachalka is an absolute menace on maps like this? Something where there's a lot of hallways that pinch in that you can just kind of flood with fire. Better than a smoke because you can get more range, more distance, and more area of coverage for a longer time than what a smoke can bring. That being said, though, we will see Pam bring the smoke out. We go upstairs to start this map.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And of course, the Fenrir is on board. We will see Nullify breaking out with that Vigil. Mute as well, tagging along with the Malusi. They are starting to lock down and hopefully hold up for the Windows side of the map. Get everything in play to make the big splash plays happen, right? Well, what I'm interested in is how are we going to see Nullify play this round. Right now, he's chilling downstairs in Servers Hall. More or less just hiding from these drones. Now, they are not droning him out, but he does pop his ability, which should give him at least a little bit of an indicator of, hey, there's a Vigil up, playing, roaming, hiding somewhere. Nullify breaking cams out. Defense is starting now to stud up and stick into position. And this attack from Team Chosen will bring out some heavy hitters on the utility front. We do have the Osa with a quick entry from Bankai getting in there with the Nomad, trying to hold down below. Has Pam in his sights. Pam, too smart to peek it, and he will instead back off and run away from there. Now there is nobody currently hunting for this Vigil, as Vigil has free roam of downstairs. He has the Teller side. He's coming across quick. Pops the ability. They don't have any drones even to worry about. And Seahawk will come down, assist with this. Loco gonna eat a lot of damage due to these smokes from Pam. That's gonna deny the fast plant scenario. Such low HP, but Bankai will find Stingray. Bankai does go down though in piano room. Flashbangs over from Knight. He does have Vigil close. Will get picked. Stingray is down though. And we're into a 4v3. Loco half lit. Rage half in lit. Merlin just trying to upside down repel. Bait someone to swing his closet window. They do have pings up for where the OSA shields are. Loco running around downstairs. But he will not enter this map as he knows it is instant death if he does. And Merlin eats a lot of damage on the upside down rappel. Team Chosen suddenly extremely low HP scenario. Seahawk able to find 2. Looking for 3. Here comes Loco. Through over towards piano door. Seahawk sees him. Pre-fire start. Seahawk picks up another one for a 3K to close out round 1. What a heck of a start to this map for him after a stellar banger map 1 from the whole team. Prey seems to have not let up at all. A 7-0, making it an 8-0 as they continue to rip themselves up into this round count. We got Mr. Whiskey Glitter in the chat. How you doing, my guy? And Chonka's the GOAT? Yes, I've been saying Chonka's the GOAT. It's people like Glitter who disagree with me. And you know what we call those people? Wrong. That's what we call them. Wrong.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So, kicking it off down into the basement, Nullify will be bringing himself over now onto the castle, and they are going to be setting up the upstairs. The Azami, the castle, the smoke, everything is just going to buy them so much time. You stack it with both a Kaid and a Tubero. If wall gets open, and that's a massive if, they're still going to have an absolute tidal wave of utility to push through. But even though I'm saying that, they do have the Blackbeard on board, and you know what Blackbeard was known for? Busting through waves on the 7 seas. Hopefully we can see him get into action and fulfill that pirate legacy. Be a bit of a booty bandit, if you will. Sorry, that was just on the tip of my tongue. I had to drop that. Extension play is made for this full upstairs. Seahawk ripping down, letting Nullify push forward just a little bit. He still has castles in hand that he has to deploy, and they are not giving up any of this vertical control. They are holding all of it. Rod, you can definitely hop in for map 3 if we make it that far. Right now, Prey has been on a spree, though, and not letting up. Knight, however, runs in for Visa's side. We got Bankai coming down through. Electrical starting the backside push. And they are collapsing towards very, very fast. Down comes Blackbeard. You can circumvent a lot of this utility if you just ignore it, and that is what they're choosing to do. Map control suddenly going towards Team Chosen's attacking side as they now have the full back end of the map. Rage will be clearing upstairs, though. Sees the beepers, knows that there are people playing up here, and he's got Knight with him as they want to clear out this vertical utility. Downstairs, it's all up to Pam and Kai if they're able to hold up. Blackbeard gonna take a round to the shield and a round to the shoulder. Ace will go down as he tries to come through breach. Pam holds a very, very powerful position here, and they're going to have to expend a lot to try and clear him. However, he's starting to give it up as he runs up towards Grim. Sees the shadow. Gets 2 out of that play, though. And we are seeing Team Chosen's attack just collapse in on itself as 4 bodies drop in a matter of seconds. It is now down to Rage and Glory, the star player of their team from that last map, to try and win this run out. Stingray will go down with a quick headshot ripped from the F2. But he's got Tubrow up top to deal with. Tube's got the pistol drawn, waiting. Chilling in tellers. He knows Rage may come back his direction. However, Rage is starting to clear through. Takes the long fight here. Nullify has that SMG out, but now swaps it back. Shotgun in hand. He's just running around, rotating. Playing his barricades just to buy some time. And this defense now has no idea that this man is playing the hatch right above their heads. As Rage rotates, he sees, oh my gosh, they have all their utility now stacked up just to lock me out. That should be a thing of pride, don't you think? And with no time left on the board, he's gonna make a mad dash out and hopefully over to yellow. But with only 15 seconds on it, I don't think Rage will be able to clutch this one up, as now the fire pipe is also there and burning. There's a fire burning, and he's going to run through it. Nullify will lay some damage, and we'll get the pick with the exploding pipe. TC's attack just collapsed heavily that round. So, I cracked up. Yeah, he ran in with all the confidence in the world, looks at the pipe, and it just popped in his face. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. Good play attempt there from Rage. However, Prey has just been so far without flaw this entire series. They are now up another round of map 2. Map 2, round 2, they're up. We're going round 3. Team Chosen still looking to put a round on the board tonight and not finding it yet.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Piano Room is now the current set. And they are going to be bringing a lot of verticality with that.
Attackers
That being said, we do have a clash on board for Pam, who is just, I think, gonna be the thorn in the side annoyance that they've needed this whole time. 3-0 on the map. Nullify is also 3-0. Got Seahawk 3-1. Cal 1-0. And Stingray yet to find a kill, but he's died twice. A team that has just been purely momentum based. Part of that console mentality that they bring over with them is momentum is king. You play off the speed of your teammates. A little bit of extension coming out now from the defense. The castle has been oh so great to this team so far, and it looks like they want to keep embracing that. Our attacking team, though, does once again have the Blackbeard on board, trying to hunt some people down. Twitch up with them. They do have the Brava, the Ace, and the Grim ready to go. Vertical clear looks like it's going to be underway to start as Bankai wants to get up there for some window picks. And poor old Brava, there's not too much she can hack except a couple of Malusis. As the drones come in now from the window side of the map, Merlin will clear out the copy room and get the Blackbeard shield up in their face. Now they've got live pings on where these defenders are holding. Now, of course, it's just the common spots. And Merlin is taking some action. Right into the clash, though, so of course that push is going to stall out fast. Knight, slow walking himself up Spiral. No audio calls yet onto him. He's able to get up. He's in behind the Azami. And he's not looking for her. Instead, she's taking some free reign. Finally, she lets out some shots. Knight sees where she's at, just not able to get the kill up. And Nullify will lose his head over that one. Hallway push is now starting to commence. Long shot coming over from Loco, looking to try and take the balcony, but no luck so far. This is one of the first times this game where they have held a man count. And with a shield still up in front of them, they should make a big play off of it. But the clash is there, and she is going to do her hardest to stop them from making any sort of plays forward with that shield. And speaking of the clash, here she comes once again to thwart Merlin's plans. He tucks the shield behind him, starts to move up. There is one pushing up on him, though. It is Kai. Stingray will find Loco, though, and that will even things up just a little bit. Pam to eat some damage. Blackbeard still looking and hunting for someone to help him. And the clash being forced back by the Blackbeard for now. They will get up onto him. Rage will find one. Knight will find Merlin will TK. And Pam not having anybody at his side to help him. Seahawk to go down. Pam to be shut down. Blackbeard will get the melee, and Chosen will pull their first round of the night. That was a cool white little episode up there trying to get rid of that clash. Pam played it fairly well, but he just lost all of his help around him. And that will force him into a corner, and Team Chosen know how to wrap that one up. Now, as we're at the halfway point for the first half of the game, I guess you would call this going into second quarter. The bans will come out. Ace and Clash are now gone. I see the Clash's point, getting rid of her. She has just been so detrimental to most of these attacks. I do appreciate the Ace ban, too. Rude, what are you saying? Why? What I say? What'd I say?
Attackers
Bro
need
hits
to
me with a
locate and
why.
defuse bombs.
I ain't do nothing.
Activate jammer.
Now the setup upstairs is commencing, and they do have the Denari. And everybody knows this angle that he is trying for, and it has just become oh so annoying. And there's not very many who know how to properly deal with it besides whip grenades at it and hope something sticks. Seahawk will get that set up. Nullify once again on the roam. He is once again asking for your support with this roam. And he has been quite the guy to try and clear. They have lost countless bodies to him. Actually, you can count them. There's 3 on his board. But it has been a major impact in every one of these rounds so far. Loco already set up to go for the fast plant. The ram gadget will come in. That opens window up. Pam is still just chilling there. But with that opening, it also opens floor up, so it makes it harder for this defense to try and play safely if they can get a man down into that piano room. Tack now taking over the roof, and Seahawk is just sitting there watching and waiting to see someone unlucky enough to expose their head to him. And that will be Merlin, but Merlin will manage to pull some magic out of the hat and will survive that first little rip of damage. Seahawk will eat about half HP, and he is so close. Swinging over now for the printer window. And there is one waiting on him there, and it is Loco. The window game has been strong so far. And he will find another one on to Cali. Now we're into a 3v5. Nullify chilling, waiting down here. Stingray doing God's work up here in manager's office, not giving anything up. Rage, though, close on his door. Flashbangs coming in here from Loco. And a rappel in will cost him dearly. Stingray, the one-man walking army, being pushed out of position. And he is so close to death. But finally, he is forced out, forced away. However, all it does is put them right into the line of fire of Nullify. And he will nullify that pick on his Stingray. 2v2. And it is all up to these guys. Bankai gonna dive in to pick up that diffuser. Team Chosen hunting to equalize rounds on this map. And Pam calls out, hey, I've got smokes. Wait for the default plant and just cover. Merlin is moving up. He's got some fires in his pocket still. And that is more than enough to burn Pam out of position if he needs to. Catering is a very, very easy spot for an attack to get through if they have the right utility. However, when it's a smoke playing it, your job just became 10 times harder. Merlin puts the fire, instead he misses and burns themselves out. With only 19 seconds in this round, it is all ticking down to the wire here. Nullify gonna move up and now try and hold close hallway. Utility being expunged out of their pockets. And not any of it hitting Nullify. Pam is in there, will go down to Merlin. However, Bankai will go down and the timer will tick for Nullify just to stay alive, even getting that down. Prey now 3-1. They did falter that last round, but they are remaining still up on top of the boards here. I was questioning the Twitch play into the pipe for. You know what, Rude? Don't question it. It was a good play, my guy. Now, down into cafeteria and garage. Well, let's see what Prey is able to cook up down here in the cafeteria. Get it? That's a pun. Alright, you guys hate me. It's cool. Wall is being shut down, and they are starting to set up that last round. Just all came down to the wire. If Nullify would have swung, he honestly may have lost that gunfight. So it was a smart play by him to hang off. Everything right now is telling me Prey is just looking to buy their time downstairs, as they did not bring a castle this time for an extension up top like they did on that last time.
10 seconds remaining.
Really hoping we could have seen that, but, you know, it was a good extension. Instead, they're just flooding bodies downstairs and setting up so much utility, it's going to make everything a hard push. And up comes Seahawk now, looking to maybe add some kills to his repertoire. Stingray going to be chilling yellow. Seahawk just play that entry guy. Lurk for their entry run-in. They get door open now over for main entrance, and he might just swing out. They get a live ping on him. He swings out, and Rage is just waiting, saying, "Not today, buddy." Merlin makes entry with that shield, is able to slam down Stingray. And we see Team Chosen now heavy up on bodies. And a little bit of trash talk from Seahawk here, even though he is dead. Nullify is on a bit of a room now. Top spiral here, or main floor spiral. Waiting for someone to make a play over to him. They have a lot of drones, but he will swing out and find that kill over on a Knight. And that's your Dokkaebi gone. A bit of a heavy impact kill, if you ask me. Verticality is being watched now. Pam and Kai, both eyes up on it. They do have Buck up top, who's starting to try and be a bit of an annoyance. Rage not able to find the Melusi as she rotates over to Yellow Pillar. And they will start to run down and collapse towards site. Kai rotating himself back into some safety. Nullify playing up to try and stop the plants. They do get live drones on him. When with wall open, it means that they have good positioning here. Merlin being blocked by those traps just a little bit, but he is making short work of them. Vertical up above from Bankai is doing well in his favor. Rage will find Pan, though, as he's tucked into that corner. Merlin coming down yellow. Has some control. Bankai still up above. And we will see Kaiba find one on the Loco. And down will go Merlin as he tries to fight out against that Melusi. But again, the verticality looks like it may be reigning supreme here. Bankai coming down to help. Rage and Glory going to continue on holding upstairs. And Kaiba, 1v2 situation is you don't have to worry that much about where Merlin's at. Bankai at main door. Rage and Glory up above. They're getting the live pings. He wants to find himself an angle onto this guy. And he will just find it from above. Team Chosen able to pick up another round. What a good play from Team Chosen. These guys have made very, very easy work out of these attacks. I mean, it's still 3-2 in favor of Prey, but Chosen finally are finding that little bit of a spark that they've needed to push forward. So now we see Prey going cafeteria for what could be the last defense from them, depending if we go to see overtime. Chosen just looking to keep themselves alive in this game. They cannot afford to drop the map, and they really can't afford to drop many rounds. I mean, they're down by 1, but Prey is a momentum team. They will run away with it if given the opportunity. But that's why losing that last round may hurt. If they are not able to make a good situation out of this one, things could get ugly for their attacks. Everything is being set up now to buy that little bit of time, and we will see Nullify once again on the roam. That's a half gallon of water gone. The attack right now, everybody is just sitting there probably chatting it up, thinking, hey, how do we push this? And as of current, we're just going to slam a Blackbeard into your face and see what happens. Clearing up above. Instead, it just gave them a C4 hole out. And Kaiba's going to take advantage of that. Gets it out, but does not land it to anybody. Pam still has his C4 in hand. Pipe will be burst in yellow. He goes down to try and hold. Yellow stairs has been flooded, though, very heavily, as we see Merlin take all the way up top floor. Rage going to be holding main yellow floor. Knight and Bankay are both up top with them. They do have a roamer up here in Stingray, and he is using this as his opportunity just to dip to relative safely. Nullify will eat a little bit of damage, but still manage to escape with his life. Yellow stairs is looking like a bit of a death pit. And Bankai is starting now to open that vertical to make sure they cannot play any piano either. Knight walking down yellow. He does have two players very close. Flashbang over. We'll get the flash out onto Seahawk. Seahawk will go down, just staying there and taking the flashbang. Not even trying to swing himself out of it or run away. Nullify will go back to safety. Loco will find Pam as well. We're down to a 3v5. Nully's looking to go up and trying to hold now for yellow stairs. Stingray playing on those spirals. And main wall gonna come open. Kaiba running back to safety. Will lay some damage over onto Loco, but the vertical is ripping apart above him as he stands there. Bankai did take that vertical over him. Stingray will find Merlin. However, we did just lose Nullify. In a 2v4, Stingray and Kaiba are both stacked onto one another. Hanging out saying, hey, you need to open this wall for me to make a rotate through. Kaiba running over to try and hold yellow side stairs walk down. Bankai up above, opening up. Stingray does manage to get over to safety of yellow pillar. Slams Loco. Slams Raging Glory. Good for 3. Last 2 now up above. Hold the vertical above him. And Knight now comes down yellow. Stingray holding back on an angle for him. Bankai is up above and will manage to tap fire him down through the floor. Knight will take a slug to the face as Kaiba's right there. Kaiba rotating for safety. Bankai rolling up. Who will hold the Kai name? And it will be Bankai to do it. We go 3-3 map 2. This one favors neither side. Team Chosen has showed up to game. Buddy, I wish we could have seen this map 1 because Chalet would have been a blow-for-blow matchup between the two. But we do have the 2-minute scheduled timeout here. Just a little bit of time for the teams to adjust their mentalities, adjust their thinking, and figure out what they need to do different. Honestly, there's not too much you can see different out of these teams. They've been both playing very well this whole time. Stingray going 6-6 has been doing his job, denying a lot of these entry plays. That last round, he put up some beautiful numbers. Now, Nullify, your certified roamer, a certified console gunner back in the time. They're just, these guys have all been good gunners on console. They're bringing it over to PC and doing pretty well with it. Right now, Prey is just needing Seahawk to pick up a little bit of the slack, Pam to pick up some of that slack. These guys used to be very good gunners. Slowed down a little bit. Now we're going to focus attention over to Team Chosen. Bringing 3 rounds on map 2 after not winning a single one for map 1. Shows A, they needed their 5th. B, Prey is really, really good at that map. And C, well, C's I guess for Team Chosen because I didn't have a C. I kind of went with that blind. But as I'm saying that, they've done very, very well, and they are doing very good in the team game. That's something we haven't really seen out of Prey all that much. They played a lot more solo playstyle. Just kind of get in, try and get gunny, you know, not rely on everybody all that much. Whereas Chosen, they've had a lot more team pushes, a lot more heavy execute, and I don't want to say a better team style, but their team style is definitely on a higher scale than what we've seen out of Prey. Overall, though, both teams have been doing very well. I'm just interested to see how the rest of this map's going to play out. We may, if we go to map 3, have a secondary caster coming in. I'm very excited for one of them to jump in. There's 2 guys who are talking about it. But either way, we are going back into the game after that 2-minute break. So, ban phase is coming underway. Prey back to the attacking side, a thing that we've seen them be very aggressive on. They have, I believe, Seahawk or Stingray as their shot caller right now. And Denari and Capital will go down. Team Chosen looking to make a big defensive stand on this map. And we are hoping to see them make the power plays because map 3 would just... It just feels right for the type of matchup this has been so far. Smoke and Ying gonna go as well, and that is very heavy utility on both ends of the boards. Bankai bringing the Tachanka due to that smoke ban. Or is it the fact that the Tachanka is just slightly better? Glitter, why don't you tell me, huh? Oh, that's right, you're not here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that came off as bullying. I'm sorry about that. But the Tachanka now being in the hands of Bankai. Honestly, very, very good for this map. He has 20 canisters he can use to defend and slow down these pushes. That LMG, which is just great at making all the rotates and all the head holes needed for this one. I'm really appreciating seeing that pick happen. Downstairs, we do see Rage actually setting up for Piano Room. Which is an interesting call, however, could come heavily into play with the fact that he is soulless. He will be kind of that plant denial as well as it keeps some of that off-site pressure that they need.
10 seconds remaining.
Walls are being set up now over here for that little kitchen area.
5 seconds remaining.
And Merlin will be putting out his zombies to try and hold over here into the admin office. I want to see what Rage and Glory's got in mind for this play. They're out of walls, so wait. Catering's not reinforced. They're out of walls. They cannot defend catering. Their one safety box, the pill box to hold, the kill box to play for, it is suddenly gone to them. And that may make this Tachanka's life a little bit more challenging because now he doesn't have anywhere safe to fire off from. Team Chosen may have found their own Achilles heel within this plan. They are putting heavy drones in to find where Rage and Glory's at. Seahawk will get the live ping straight onto him. Running up, taking control of Yellow Stairs. He has Piano Room free and open to his right, but he is not all worried about that. He is all about taking on Rage and Glory. Rage going down the stairs, getting out of there, back to safety. Bankai, their Tachanka will go down to Stingray for the opening pick. As Sting starts to aggress forward, they're still giving live pings for where the Solus once was. As Seahawk runs up, he will go down to Knight. Knight will get dropped by Stingray, however, will manage to pick up that kill onto Seahawk. That's your Deimos down, delivered to the other end of the board. Rage holding top spiral, or main spiral, tucked in for the basement. Waiting with the SMG in hand. Had the shotgun out for a minute. Merlin eats a lot of damage from down below. Nullify. Playing the IQ perfect with those calls out of Dokkaebi. I got a feeling now that Dokkaebi has an AOR, she's just like 1,000 times the operator she once was. Loco pulling over these top yellow stairs right where the attack is currently putting pressure on from. Straight into a shotgun, but Stingray's there. Good for a 3K. Raging Glory coming up now right behind. Sting going over to try and hold. We will see Kai go for plant. However, Rage is the perfect person to deny this. Instead, he will find Pam, though. Pam rips a grenade straight to him. And Rage is trying to battle out this shield and cannot get it. He hits the knife finally. Pam will go down, getting bullied out by the Solus. Solus now has to make a play up above to try and get to that diffuser. And Stingray is holding on to it tight. The Dokkaebi spam is now underway, and Rage really does not have the HP to just throw it away to this. Phone call. We'll get the headshot, though. Good for 3 as Stingray will go down. The bees are going crazy. He does not have time to bait this defuse, and Kai is right there with the pistol to take him down. Honestly, you give that man another 20 seconds, and we may have seen a Team Chosen clutch. But he just did not have the time on his side. Frey looking now. They finally have advantage back in round count. They could shut this game down if they choose to. They just gotta get up there and pick it up.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
Attacking side so far has been very, very grateful to them. And a little bit forgiving here and there. Last round, though, Team Chosen shows, hey, we can do very, very good on these defenses. Even though they didn't win it, they still did great. Let's see how this one goes. They are, again, bringing that downstairs pressure here from Rage and Glory. Choosing not, though, to use all of the reinforcements on that downstairs hold. Then they're going to get catering wall for sure this time, and I do not blame them. And they choose, though, to leave the one wall soft up there. Different playstyle. I see. Tachanka, though, once again locked in for Bankai. Let's see if he's going to actually be able to pick a kill this time with it. Or if they're just going to fry him down as one of their first entry picks. Blackbeard is up now, up to roof. I don't quite see what we're going to be watching pushed here, but they do start to open the admin office side. And overall, it's just so far annoyance plays. Just try and open as many windows as you can. Bees are going in from Kaiba. And he's got Jaeger right there to his right. Gets 2 of his gadgets fried out. We will see Merlin spotted by these bees. And no attacking push yet. It's all about the bait from Prey. We do have Seahawk now running in. Has control of the west side of the map. Takes Piano side. And we hear Tachanka just firing away with these canisters. Nobody else has made entry to try and help him out yet. Bankai is extremely low. A repel in from Pam, though, as he's going to try and take charge and go forward. Grenade goes out, lands. There's no calls made. He gets the pick on the mute. The fire bounces back towards the Tachanka. And almost hits the Azami that is with him. Nullify will come in from top yellow. Pam, their shield will go down to Merlin, though. And Merlin is doing very good as he locks down this meaning side.
Second chances are rare.
And that was a little bit of a thinking of zombie glitch. And it even calls for a voice line from her, I guess. But catering will be opened up. And Kaiba is dipping after that one. Seahawk running up. Has a shotgun close. Rage to find one. Team Chosen have body count. But the timer is still not their friend quite yet. Nullify making some noise. Trying to bait Rage into a swing here. However, it's still too close to range. That shotgun will do a lot of damage. Kaiba will go down to that double swing. Nullify now left into the 1v3. No room for safety. Knight will take him down as Team Chosen bring it back to 4-4. It's been a game of tug and war so far this map, ladies and gentlemen. Neither side really giving up anything. I'm just, like I said, I'm glad to see Team Chosen actually being in this fight. I didn't want to see it all one-sided to Prey, even though I like those dudes. There's no bias. I like the fight. Chosen now elected to bring it down to cafeteria. Basement for garage. Seahawk bringing out the Solid Snake as he looks to put himself on the board a little bit higher. 3 and 7 is the current. Give him some intel. Give him some of his own easy frag utility. And let him go nuts with an F2. However, he is a player that you gotta watch. Because if he is not gunning out, he has what can be described as a glass mental. So I'm hoping that we have Pam in there talking sweet, being nice, and let him know, hey, it's not the end of the world. Just keep doing your job. We're doing good. We have a map up under our belt. We just got to take this one or outlast into the next. That's all Prey needs to do now. Keep the foot on the throttle. No brakes. Team Chosen, though. They're going the opposite way. They cut their own brake line saying we don't stop at all. The pressure is on. They got to win this map. They got to do something to come up and equalize with map count. As it is a basement, we will probably be seeing this top down clear that they've brought almost every round as Stingray goes up to roof. And we do have Seahawk now prepping the entry on the main entrance side. Pam will be going for wall though, and it will be denied even though it is temporarily by that T-Brow. He's got to be kind of precise with these charges because he let that thermite go for a little bit too long. And whenever it pops, it will just let go. They are starting to regress out the yellow side, though, and put some pressure on them. The roam game, severely lacking. Everybody now is down towards site. Blackbeard does have upstairs control. Main wall is open. The attacking team has every avenue open to them at this point. They just got to get some use out of it. They do not have any verticality operators, though. Nobody to try and shoot down and pop open these floors. That being said, Loco will take Pam's head off as he tries to go in for the quick plant. Fire coming out now from Tachanka, and it will slow down at least a little bit of this push from Stingray. Knight will find Nullify as he goes to retake up those spiral side. He's now holding down the spiral lobby and waiting. A crossover up here from Seahawk. Seahawk is hunting for some people. And as that ping locator will go off, he knows right where everybody's at. Stingray, who was trapped in corner, will go down. Loco good for 2. It is an all-out war zone down here as Kaiba is able to fry one down. But you've got to watch because the clash is still up and she is so detrimental at this point in the game. Nitro is thrown by the mirror looking for Seahawk, but does not land it. She pulls shotgun to play close. And Seahawk will go for the swing. F2 versus the Vector. Not a lot of ammo on each side. As Kaiba now rotates and swings up close. Sends out the pings. They know right where Mira is at. And they start to aggress forward. Mira will go down, but it will cost them. Kaiba down another body. We're now into a 1v3 with 20 seconds on the board. We've seen this play earlier in the night. It didn't end well for our attackers, however. Seahawk is bringing a little bit of magic with him. Gets 1 pick, looking for 2. Jumps up, cannot get the angle onto the clash. Instead gets gunned down by the Tachanka as Team Chosen pull another map up. Back and forth we go. The pendulum swings. Neither team can grasp victory quite yet. It's still anybody's bowl game. Final ban coming out for this map. Who do you get rid of? I mean, the Blackbeard has been an annoyance. The Tachanka has been an annoyance. And instead, we will see Tachanka and Dogaby. Quite the valid bans here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, now we do see what I believe to be the piano defense coming out from the side of Team Chosen. They are bringing some vertical extension up here as Valkyrie is setting up, so is the Mozzie. And they're going to be setting some of these Melusi devices to assist. Man, I'm sweating. I gotta turn my AC on higher. What do they have in stock for us? I'm hoping a very dominant vertical game that will put them up to match point, which will send us maybe to map 3. Come on, Team Chosen. We want all 3 tonight. Being said, though, Prey still looking to bring some advantage back into their lineup. They put Nullify now over and onto the Solid Snake. Sledge coming out for the side of Seahawk. Stingray, Mr. Tingray himself will be over onto the Ace. Again, playing that utilitarian role that we know him to play so well. With Pam on shields. Shotgunning some vertical for themselves to help out here. C4 will go over and it will find Seahawk off rip. Knight good for one opener. Let's see if they're able to roll that momentum ahead. Stingray still laying here watching down through that foothold. You know what he's doing? He's waiting and baiting for someone to swing him. Instead that we do see a bit of a heavy attacker presence now as they start to do the top floor full face clear. Stingray will get catering open. They've got Pam up in the hallway with the Blackbeard. He's making his way across reception. And the collapse is starting now. What they need to be careful of, though, is the Valkyrie. Pam will eat a lot of damage off her, not able to take her down. And he is exposing his back and giving them some angles. Stingray moving up instead is taken down by Rage, who's good for 2. Looking for number 3. It's Nullify, though, and he is not an easy fight to win. That being said, Rage can do it. Team Chosen go to match point here off of a flawless defending round. Not a body lost and some beautiful head taps with it. Will Prey be able to make the comeback and take map 2 to overtime and take us home with a 2-0 victory? Or will we see all 3 out of these teams? Well, we have the picking phase now, and we see Chosen going back upstairs. Things could get very, very interesting. Kylo, if you're here hanging out, if you want to come in and cast next map, come into the caster's booth of AGL, and I will get you all set up. Upstairs defense now is underway. Cass is starting to lock everything down the best way that he can. And again, not forgetting catering wall this time. They did that once. You cannot afford to do that twice, right? Thank you. It's Gaudy for the follow. I appreciate it. Like I said, our goal is 1,000 by December, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we were pushing for. We're up to 913 or 914 now. Very close, but yet miles away. So I appreciate all of you guys for coming in, watching tonight, leaving the follows, leaving the subs. That's what it's all about. We're just here to have a party. Have some fun. Cast the games, laugh a little bit, you know, the usual. Stingray looking for the angle to try and get that wall open. That was Seahawk throwing that. I thought that was Stingray. Hey, Seahawk, I think you missed, bro. He was looking for the angle, just not quite able to find it. Sorry, I just had to watch that. That was funny. But Kaiba just missing Knight as he rotates away. Pam won't let it slip, though. They do pick up first kill of the round. And Stingray now in, swinging, finds Loco, lays a little bit of damage, takes some back to himself, though. On a fight that should favor him, as it is a tight angle, and he's got an ACOG. However, Loco, it will not go down easily. Rotates back, drops now downstairs, looking to play the C4 below. Merlin holding tight, has his shield, and it will be fragged out, but he manages to survive. Still keeping his body up. Doesn't matter, his Stingray is right there for the pixel angle to take him down. The collapse is pushing across. Team Chosen are down on bodies. However, Seahawk from Prayer down on life. Loco holding service stairs, shotgun in hand. He will not be an easy guy to clear out of here. And it looks like they may be trying to completely circumvent him. That being said, Stingray will cross. Comes right into his line of sight. And Loco will sneak up. Gets one with a shotgun. Not able to find 2 as Seahawk is right there to shut him down. Walls are coming open. Bankai will go down to the pistol from Seahawk. And it is now Raging Glory. Looking for some glory for himself. Able to take down Nullify. Could clutch the game up. Pam left down to 1 HP. Kaiba right there to slam him down. Prey now only down by 1 round. One more sends us into OT. This is game point for Prey if they're able to make this comeback. However, if Team Chosen closes out this defense, we go to the third map tonight, which is Fortress. Again, very similar playstyle to what we've been seeing so far. Just a heavy game of tug of war. That 3 defense streak from Team Chosen, though, being the biggest outlier of the competition so far, you know, for this map. I mean, it was a 7-0, the last one for Prey. But that 3 streak, that's the point to beat. Prey let that slip, and Team Chosen are going to punish that as hard as they can. 1 round off of victory, but still a long night ahead of us. Defense setting up for basement. We have seen Prey struggle a little bit with some of their attacks down here. They do finally swap it over and bring the ram. Pam going for the hard breach. Seahawk gonna stick on Ace. Nullify will go over for the solid snake. And shields coming out from Seahawk. Ladies and gentlemen, we may experience a heavy rush play if this goes right. With all that being said, though, on our defending side, they have Rage and Glory bringing out the castle, which will lead to a extension up top. Knight playing as our scope host, giving him full rotate ability, and right now he is upstairs, meeting side, maybe trying for a spawn peek. Either way, let him take some shots, let him deal some damage. He can still get back to safety as needed. Assuming he doesn't get clapped, that is. Bankai holding tellers, and it is a full construction side rush. Seahawk is in with that shield. They have some push towards site. Stingray is able to find one. Raging Glory, though, up for another. The pistol in from Seahawk gets the pick. They still have a scope host drone down there, and Seahawk is not even acknowledging the presence of it. Merlin will go down to Nullify. Knight swapping back to his other drone. Bankai hits the drop down. Bankai will find Nulla, but it is a 2v3 now. Shield still on board for Seahawk as the full rush was underway. Grim Bee's actually going to impact damage for Bankai, and he will go down to the Grim. Seahawk eats some damage, but he manages to withstand it. Staying upright, going for the fight with Knight. Knight going to crouch, hit him in the feet. The scope hosts are good for that. And Pam is down in the cafeteria going for the plant. Kaiba not able to provide the coverage that he needs. Knight making the rotate around. He has security room. Pam waiting for him. Kaiba going for the swing around. They have some audio cues on him. Pam will sprint over for some safety. Going back and going for plant in the other bomb site. Kaiba now just has to hold and defend. Knight has Cafe. Gets the swing over. Long angle for Kaiba. Doesn't land the kill. Pam will get the fuser planted. All I gotta do is hold. Pam hits him in the head as we see Prey make the comeback to send us to OT map 2. Such a close game. This has been, it has been a nail biter, and we are starting to draw towards the end of the map. All the pressure is on for both the teams. There's not a single one who can say, oh well. Prey can a little bit, as you already know they have that one map advantage. But I got a feeling, let's look at this operator lineup. They're not willing to give in yet. Cafeteria Garage now once again coming up. Will they leave that construction side soft again? Will they leave construction as an easy push? Seeing as how Merlin is bringing out the Clash, I got a feeling he's got one more rabbit left in that hat. The old man has a little bit of magic. Will he be able to stop them?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Prey, I mean, that last round worked beautifully. It's the idea of, do you run it back immediately? Do you try to redo that push? Or do you go to another one that has been kind of untested, kind of unproven? It's a full parking spawn right now. Except for Pam, which we don't count Pam. We're counting the 4 guys who were, you know, all together. As right now, it seems like they may try it. Visa upstairs is being held down by Loco, and I got a feeling we may see a spawn peek out of it, as he's also now setting up to try and hold below. Rage up in spiral. And they are still locking everything down. Nah, no rush again this time, right? They're going to push right through the Visa side of the map and try and gain some control. All guns are up and watching it. Basement still just, again, held down, secured. Everybody's breaking out the drones. The clash in the Mira will be two of the biggest, scariest points of this defense. Stingray goes in, taking the face check now. One of the top fraggers of this team. Just heavy for the splash plays. Downstairs, clash is setting up. They've got the Mira with Knight watching. And all the pressure from this defending side is directly where these guys are playing. Nolly will go down to Knight. That's an early opening pick for him. And heavy breach upstairs as Ram will start to rip open the only safe spot for some of these defenders. Knight gonna reinforce it off. Merlin dropping back. The smokes are there. Seahawk is covering with that glass, but as he drops down, they get in close. Kaiba will be opening up right behind where Raging Glory is playing. That opens con side back up. Merlin still just being aggressive with that shield, holding up pressure on these guys. And we see Seahawk now going for a bit of a wraparound down spiral stairs to try and get some side pressure on these dudes. Knight will take some damage and down will go Merlin. Seahawk makes that play happen. Raging Glory will find Pam. Kaiba will go down. A swing over from Loco almost cost him. Bankai up above from Stingray, who's up for 2 on this map, or on this round. Loco is low. Raging Glory is still up. Gonna jump out, try and confirm his kill now on to Kaiba. Eats a little bit of damage here as Seahawk is slow walking up towards him. These guys all have good weapons for their engagements. And we see Seahawk trying to break the ankles of Raging Glory. Instead, it puts him into a position where Stingray can finish him. Loco now into a 1v2. Seahawk has diffuser. Can maybe go for plant. Stingray just has to keep holding here. Keep being an annoyance to him. And we will see Seahawk start to rotate up to go for the plant. C4 lands close. Leaves Stingray at 1 HP. Seahawk, you have diffuser. You can go for plant here. And instead, Stingray rushes in and gets the kill, putting Prey up by a round now. And it's all up to this defensive round. Will Prey be able to close it out? A bit of an almost misplay from Seahawk. He had diffuser in hand. He was just so tunnel visioned on needing that kill. 7-6. Prey may be able to close it out. Bans enforced again, of course. What will Team Chosen do? Their attacks were a little bit shakier than their defenses. I mean, it was a 3-3 split both times. It just didn't seem... How do I word this? Their defenses were stronger than their attacks that whole game. Their attacks were good. They got some really, really great collapses out of it. I just think their defenses are what really shown them apart.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So will Stingray be able to lead his team to victory? We have seen a very good effort from everybody else on this squad to bring themselves up, elevate the team play style, and let's see what our roam game is able to accomplish this time, as Nullify will jump himself offsite again. He has managed to get, again, a couple really good picks from it, but has otherwise been silent throughout the rest of this map. Seahawk, though, made some big plays at the end of their attacking half. Let's see what Team Chosen has in plan already. It looks like they are opening up heavy on the admin side. Merlin yet again bringing that Blackbeard shield, and they are holding waiting because they know Prey is the type of team to jump out or spawn peek them. So a lot of attention is being drawn over to these windows. They do have Seahawk, who is playing up and a little bit aggressive in there in the coffee room, but he does manage to slip away back to safety. It's Stingray playing now on the emergency exit. Does not locate anybody. But it was still a good idea, an attempt from him. Kaiba has the Blackbeard now in his sights. Blackbeard is up into admin, pushing across. Loco up there with him. They are starting to open up some of this wall to get themselves some head angles as needed. These angles go both ways. Merlin standing up with the shield in hand. Sees one playing down below him. It is Stingray. And Knight will eat some damage. Merlin now with no safe way forward. Either has to full sprint over Stingray here or go for the kill. He is making the live pings. Decides to unshield. Stingray will eat some damage as they push across. Pam will find Knight. And that puts them ever so closer to maybe being able to close out the night here. Bankai looking to play the clear game down here in Visa offices. Is getting the swing over onto Stingray. Merlin will find Seahawk. Phone call up for Stingray. And Bankai will make the push up off of that. Stingray gets the face peek clear check. He knows he's there. Rage and Glory will find Nullify. Body favor now up for Team Chosen. Bankai to find Stingray into a 2v4. Can Pam and Kaiba clutch it up? The two guys who have been more of a supporting role for this team. It now lies onto their shoulders. Pam over pushing, extending out, taken down off a misplay there. Kaiba to find one. Kaiba eats some damage, and the Blackbeard shield is pushing aggressively for him. Blackbeard gets the melee off, closes out the attack round. Now we go all the way through all 15 rounds. It all comes down to this last attack from Prey. Can they make a big positive out of this? Or will they lose out? Team Chosen has shown such prowess with some of their defenses. Prey slinking away off a very, very good execute rush. It all comes down to this one. Consulate office meeting room. Will we see map 3 or will I get to go to bed early tonight? That is the question.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So look at the stat lines real quick. It has been a battle of the bruisers as Stingray is 15 and 13, Rage and Glory is 16 and 11. Dudes making big plays, splash plays when it matters for their team. Next one up is Knight, who's 12 and 11, just over positive, but still 12 kills is a big one to put up. Everybody else is chilling in that 7, 8, 9 area. Like I said, Rage and Glory has just been showing off so far this match and doing a big one at that. Stingray also, again, just another positive light for a guy who tends to be more of a support role too. Call him a flex, I guess. But Prey looking to maybe pre-fire one of these windows and hopefully get an opening pick off of it. They will be rushing this admin office side early on, getting rid of these zombie barricades, looking to make the progression through. Drones are key and important here. Will Prey close this one out or will it go all the way? Oh my. I know I keep asking that because it's the one question that just keeps looping in my head. Can they do it? Can they make it through? Seahawk peeking up Visa stairs, running up. He's got Nullify right behind him. Nullify was a bright shining part for this team. Now he's fallen a bit silent onto deaf ears though. Knight will go down. The second highest fragger from the Team Chosen side will get first picked. And that is a bit of a hard one to lose. Stingray will eat some damage, but he's got control of this upstairs hallway. Looking for the swing over. We'll take Merlin down. Adds another one to the tally boards. And they are putting a lot of execute pressure towards these guys. Bankai moving up. They do have a mirror for them. And all the drones are coming in. Cam playing great with these Flores drones. Doing everything he can to be a bit of an annoyance. And he just keeps on taking Bankai's visuals now. Down below, they do have Loco, who is playing for the plant denial. Right now, nobody's going to clear him except Seahawk, who did just run down, but instead he gives that up. Goes up Spiral side. Raging Glory will go down to Nullify. An overwhelming force pushes through Nullify to find Bankai. It is now down to Loco. In a 1v5 clutch situation, the Knight is on the line. Seahawk will go down. That is one good pickup for him. There is nobody on the default plant site. That's what he is looking for. He will pop the fire up above. Hits in the face by one of the Nomad air jabs. And they get the revive. And Pam will shut him down. The team captain of Prey. To close out the night is we go 8-7 on map 2. Ladies and gentlemen, what a series from the Prey squad. They have played absolutely insane Siege today. A hard-fought victory indeed. And a little bit of trash talk, of course. But I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys for coming out tonight. If my camera will kick on. Thanks, guys, for being here. It means the world to me. Huge shout out to AGL. We see Prey go up 2-0 and take the night away. And what a matchup it has been so far. I mean, after map 1, I was kind of like, oh, it's just going to be, you know, one of those nights. You know, a quick blowout game. I'm glad the first AGL cast I catch, it was a hard-fought map 2. You know, map 1, it's a 7-0. That hurts. That's got to hurt the ego a little bit. Team Chosen, if they had all 5 in the lobby, may have been an extreme force to deal with. But map 2 just shows they are not here to play. Huge shout out to the teams. You guys were great tonight. Huge shout out to everybody here watching. I appreciate all of you. But that is all I have time for tonight. I think I'm going to go to bed. Night, y'all.